Hi, my name is Mayo and I'm a digital artist. In this video, I'll be showing the drawing process and emotional thought process behind a recent fan art I created of Alluka from the anime Hunter x Hunter. I wanted to show not only my interpretation of Alluka as a character, but also how I perceive her in relation to my personal experiences with isolation and loneliness. Her character is revealed towards the end of the anime, so just a heads up, there will be spoilers about her and her family. Alluka is the second youngest child in the Zoldyck family, a family of assassins throughout the world of Hunter x Hunter, feared by the public for their unparalleled strength. Under unknown circumstances, Alluka was possessed by a mysterious creature referred to throughout the series as Nanika. Both Nanika and Alluka share the same body and have tremendous wish-granting powers. In the anime, Alluka's father, Silva, describes her as a dark and uncontrollable child who has no soul because of the circumstances of her birth and cannot feel emotions. End of quote. Several times in the show, the Zoldyck family goes as far as saying that Alluka isn't even a member of their family. They simply want to exploit her powers so they can find her within their mansion, and she rarely gets to see the light of day. When you first meet her, she's in her bedroom surrounded by plushies, dolls, and toys, and there's so many that she appears just like another doll in the room. And this is the room I just illustrate her in. Despite the horrible conditions her family has put her in, when she reunites with her brother Killua, an unparalleled warmth radiates from her as she pours out emotions. However, beneath the surge of love for her brother, Alluka remains haunted by an ingrained sense of isolation, convinced that her existence perpetuates harm to those around her. She believes it's best for her to withdraw to her room and not inconvenience anyone else. One of her most heart-wrenching quotes is directed at Killua: "Do you think I shouldn't be here? Would the family be better off without me? Would you all get along better?" And while Alluka can only see the pain she causes, from the viewer's perspective, it's clear as day that she stands as a beacon of light in Killua's life. Throughout my life, I've dealt with similar feelings of isolation, and growing up, I moved consistently, never attending the same school for more than a year, except for my final few years of high school. And during this time, I experienced periods of complete isolation where I stopped going to school entirely or interacting with people. I would just spend hours in my room doing nothing but gazing at the ceiling, feeling like a lifeless doll. I just constantly felt so helpless and alone, and while I wasn't physically trapped in my room like Alluka, depression kept me trapped and I couldn't imagine a future for myself. When I was a college freshman, I wrote a persuasive essay called Dolls in a Toy Shop, and it described my experience of loneliness and objectification. Quote, "The fabric covering my soul was tightly drawn, the stitches closed, sewn to my bones. This was my fate. I was simply a doll in a toy shop to be abused, but not a person to be cared for." End of quote. When I first saw Alluka in the show, I felt an instant connection to her, and I wanted to carry this narrative of dolls, hollowness, and isolation into a fan art of her. In the illustration, I wanted to show the moment of Alluka in her room, seemingly surrounded by friends, toys, and joy. However, the more you look at the drawing, the room feels emptier and emptier. I wanted to portray that she's just like the dolls in her room, just another doll, silently staring with an expressionless face, waiting for the world to unfold around her without having the power to live her life. Like her plushy companions, she feels hollow inside. However, in the corner of the illustration, you notice the edge of a mirror. This implies that you actually aren't seeing Alluka herself, but rather her reflection through the mirror. This hints that you, the viewer, are looking into the mirror yourself, and it's reflecting Alluka's character or the loneliness that she carries. I believe as humans we all share a connection to some degree through the pain of loneliness. When I look at this illustration, I see a reflection of someone who has encountered genuine isolation. In a weird way, there's a comforting catharsis in realizing that while I experience loneliness, I am not alone. Because we've all confronted those profoundly isolating emotions, and that's the significance of the mirror in this illustration. Despite how alone you may feel, Anyone who sees this illustration may also feel that ingrained hollowness, but through that connection, we're all not alone. And that in and of itself brings comfort to me, and I hope it can bring comfort to you too. On my Instagram, I asked if anyone had any questions of this illustration, so I'll answer them here real quick. For the first one, what made you choose Alluka as your first animated piece? Okay, so more than actively choosing Alluka as my first animated subject, I saw the cool animation opportunity to transition between Alluka's and Nanika's characters throughout the mood of the illustration. The idea was pretty simple, so I thought it could be a good thing to attempt. I didn't specifically choose to do animation and then choose Alluka, rather I wanted to draw Alluka and saw the opportunity and thought, why not just try it out? So, and then number 2, what was your favorite part of it? What was your favorite part of the process to do? So this was a really fun one. I really enjoyed doing the cute to eerie transition. I really love drawing spooky themes because I relate to them emotionally, but I find it more challenging to draw since I get worried that people will be concerned about my mental well-being. But let me assure you, I'm okay. A bit of a twist to the question though, the thing I'm proudest of in this illustration is the picture frame. I adore how it turned out and I love the rendering in that section. That's it for this illustration though. I hope the sun shines brightly wherever you are, and just know that I'm rooting for you. I'll be selling a print of this illustration in the future, so if you're interested, be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter to get posts on when the prints go live. Also, these are all my lovely Patreons. If you'd like to support me, you can join my Patreon for $6 and get access to a bunch of secret sketches, as well as all the high quality, full resolution versions of my art. Bye!